Folks, another performance from Orville Sutherland and Breaking Barriers Band. All right, we move on. Time for Manversations.
Right. Which is where we are.
Yeah. It says in the end, we will not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. That's a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. And in our Manversations discussion this morning, we'll be sharing our thoughts on being an upstander or a bystander. And this comes from psychologytoday.com. And it says, an upstander is someone who speaks or acts in support of a person or cause, particularly in situations where someone is being harassed, bullied, or discriminated against. Unlike a bystander, who passively watches events unfold without intervening, an upstander takes proactive steps to support fairness and respect. This can involve standing up to aggressors, defending the rights of others, or engaging in public actions that promote positive change. This concept encourages people to not only recognize wrongdoing, but also do something about it.
Yep.
In Jamaica, we probably have about 3 million video standers. So every time something goes, them just take out them phone and them stay so. And if it is murder, you video that, and if it's a fight, you video it, you don't try to stop it. And I'm not suggesting that you must stop a fight because you could get hurt. I'm not suggesting that if you don't have the wherewithal to.
It's a subjective matter. You have to kind of gauge it.
We had a colleague here, true story, that was on the road, saw a man fighting a woman, stopped to help the woman, and the woman came to police, say, him lick her up. And he was charged when him did actually stop the fight. One of our colleagues, right here, front page of the Star.
Yep.
Oh, he's in court because of this, and he was actually trying to stop the man from hurting the woman. So sometimes you have to be careful how you jump in because you yourself can get hurt. But it is tough to see somebody beat up a little one or a young lady and you just look on it and you don't say nothing.
Yeah, say, hey, well.
Yeah, but some of us don't because we are genuinely scared. We don't want to get involved because we think that we can get hurt.
I want to build on something you mentioned this morning in the
police officer. Yeah, that's what he was doing. He saw a robbery, tried to stop the robbery, and he was killed.
But beyond that, when we're talking about the 313 homicides, despite it being a reduction, and that comment you made about the outrage, I find in Jamaica we have selective outrage, very selective outrage.
Man. When we know the person
and also it borders on hypocrisy, because some people will be outraged about a particular situation. This cup of coffee should not be here. Oh, we are outraged about it because Garth never put the cup of coffee here. If Garth was to put the same cup of coffee here, people are like, well, maybe he had a reason to put the coffee here, and let us. No, we pick and choose, or we cherry pick what to be outraged about. We cherry pick the issues that we want to stand up for, because rather than standing up on a matter of principle, we tend to stand up because of, I don't know, celebrity, because of how much it kind of gives you, there's a phrase for it, but it kind of makes you look like, oh my goodness, yes, this person is standing up for the right reasons.
Yeah, man.
When really and truly, it's fake.
Yeah, man. This says, how can I learn to become an upstander rather than a bystander? So we often look to authority figures or even celebrities for guidance and cues on how to behave. We naturally want to fit in and to be part of the group, and we assume that people in positions of power must know what they're doing. But the problem is that when those in the spotlight behave in ways that are unethical or unjust, it has a ripple effect on the rest of us. Think about it. When we see people in authority acting in ways that are racist, xenophobic, or otherwise discriminatory, it sends a message that this kind of behavior is acceptable. It makes it easier for us to make the same mistake ourselves. It's not an easy one, and especially in our society, especially with the violence that is going on. That you have to be careful even what you say to someone, because that in itself
could ignite something
Of course.
unsavory.
Of course, which is kind of crazy. We don't really and truly agree to disagree very well.
Right.
We don't. You know, so sometimes me and him will talk and him say, all right, we have to agree to disagree and we move on. No, other people, no, me not agree, a foolishness you talk and it moved from that to bad word and then it moved from that to me chuck you and then it moved from that to a weapon.
Yeah, me have done you.
I don't understand. I don't understand the weapon thing. I told the story and them laugh after me when I tell the story that somebody hit me in school and I decided say I went hurt him. But I know I couldn't because I'm much bigger than me.
Right.
So I say the principal behind me, a principal from the United States, by the way, a Jesuit priest. Say, no, me just walk up to him and just punch him. I say, you think I forget what you do me? Well, when the fight done, he saw my glasses there. Serious. And father wouldn't stop the fight. So when he done, I mean, look at him and just say, you started it, and it was a fair fight.
Right.
He didn't use a weapon. Himself, him did take up a stone and stop the fight, but him say, you started, take your licks and go yard. And I did take my licks and go to my yard. And then my mother give me more licks for fighting.
Of course.
Eh? Even though I didn't lose the fight at school already.
And damage the frame of your glasses.
So we have to be careful. You don't just want to see a little fight and just run in and say, no man, it's foolishness this. You don't want to do that.
But it goes beyond that because we have national heroes, 7 of them, right, who stood up against injustice. Albeit that it was very obvious injustice at the time because we're talking about slavery and human rights issues. But they, in that moment, right, were not honored. In that moment, they were looked on by
as
those
criminals.
Of course.
And lock up and go jail and all kind of thing.
Exactly.
Well, because of that, we are free.
My encouragement to us all is to not be selective with our outrage. Carry the energy, go straight across the board. If it's a matter of principle, carry it straight across the board. Don't just be a bystander.
Yeah, but I will end where I started. Be careful how you jump in when you see people with weapons and stuff, because you don't want to be playing a good Samaritan and you end up on the wrong end of the stick. That's it for Manversations.
Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy. We do that because Tammy gave us the name Manversations. So come.